All right, great. Let's jump right into it. Here we are and get this up and rolling for everybody. Sorry, I'm having a moment. All right. Maybe 2 seconds here. It's just not loving me today. Okay, can you guys see my screen now?
Sure can.
Excellent. Good. Good morning, everybody. Sorry for that little delayed start there, trying to get, computer systems to work the way they're supposed to. And I'm not always the most tech savvy, which is why I had two boys that are tech savvy. So I usually just call them when I have a problem. All right. Today is all about systems for growth and brand presence, building your digital foundation. One of the foundations of having any successful real estate business is your systems. Why are systems important? Systems reduce chaos. If you are new to real estate, then you are not going to truly understand my next statement. But if you are a veteran in real estate, then you will understand all too well that real estate is a very complicated animal filled with lots of ups and downs. And sometimes it can feel like a simple merry-go-round and things go, exactly as planned. Everything's moving in the right direction and it's slow and it's peaceful. And then other times it is a roller coaster ride of things that are going wrong, situations that are blowing up, hurdles that need to be overcome, and emotions that run rampant. So it is important to have your systems in order before you hit one of those transactions. I tell everybody, if real estate was easy, we would be out of a job. It is our job to ensure that we counter the chaos with professionalism. And the best way to do that is to ensure that your systems are tight. Systems increase consistency across all deals. They help you to understand what comes next, what you've already done, and the potential pitfalls that could come up in between. Systems also protect your time, especially if you are a brand new real estate agent. You are going to find out that you are on call 24 hours a day. I remember as a newer real estate agent, with a family, my husband at the time used to get so mad at me because the phone would ring and I would jump up from a family dinner to answer that phone. And it's unfortunate, and I want everybody to create healthy boundaries as you go into your career, but it does become a time suck. So putting those systems in place does help protect your time ahead of time. The less you communicate with your clients and the less you have things organized in your own brain, the more those situations are going to come up where you have to jump to the phone because somebody is questioning what's going on because you haven't communicated it in advance. So systems create scalability. All right. Systems create scalability. I have a lot of conversations with agents who are now, 2-3 years into their career, and they say, Christina, I really want to build my career. I want to make more money. I want to quit my full-time job, but I'm just out of time. I'm running around. I'm doing all the things, and I don't see how I could possibly close another deal with the number of hours that I have in a day. And the answer to that is your systems. So if you're doing everything manually, if you're trying to remember all of the things, if you're walking around with a pen and a planner, an old school planner, that may be some type of system, but it is not the best system to have. You're not using the best use of your time. Remember what we said in lesson 1, that full-time agents don't always equal full-time pay. It's what you do with the hours that matters more than the hours spent. Okay, so successful agents don't rely on their memory. They rely on their systems to keep them organized so they can scale. Your core systems here at Realty ONE Group, you will use them today. You will use them for the rest of your career here. And that is number one, SkySlope. Last week, we talked about SkySlope, doing your documents, checklists, why compliance is important. It also holds the e-signature platform, which we didn't get into a lot. But if you did your non-homework homework, you would have reviewed that in your training on one.u. If you have not done your non-homework homework, I highly suggest that you do, because last week was only a small piece of the SkySlope system. So if you are only listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth, then you have no idea what to do or how to get the documents to upload to SkySlope. So please, please, please watch that training if you don't already know how to do this. OneSuite. OneSuite is your CRM and multi-platform dashboard. It tracks your leads, interactions, deadlines, as well as the design of your website and the ability to host open houses. We just went through OneSuite on our platform Power Up. I hope that many of you were there. I see some faces that were. It is a great training to kind of show you how to set up your OneSuite. If you missed that training, it is available in the One blog on roguagent.com for you to view. One Design. One Design is your creative studio for your social media, printed flyers, business cards, videos, your email signature, door hangers, videos on. So there's just so many things you can do on One Design. And actually, I was in there yesterday. I just saw that they are beta testing with the brokers some additional collateral in there. We always kind of get the beta tests first to kind of check it out and then notify them of any issues or bugs. So they are putting more stuff in One Design. I always get this little blue line that comes up at the top that says we're beta testing. You're a beta tester. So just so you know that there is even more you can do coming down the pike. If you've ever used Canva, then you will be able to use One Design with ease. They specifically designed One Design to look and work very much like Canva in some of the other programs like Canva, just so that it was very user-friendly. Zone. Zone is your Realty ONE dashboard. It tracks all of your transactions that you do throughout the year, your billing, and just basically all things ROGU. So it's going to give you updates on what's happening in your office, who's had a birthday, who's joined your office, who's referred the most agents to the office. And it does an additional step that a lot of brokerages do not take advantage of, and I'm so glad that Realty ONE does, is that you can track your transactions from start date number 1 into Realty ONE until today. So you can go backwards to 2023, 24, 25, and look up all of those transactions. All of your pay stubs are in there. All of your Altas and HUDs are in there. So you can literally go back and see that information in real time. So it is great to keep organized. Now, a lot of new agents would say, well, why would I care? I got paid. Why would I care? You wouldn't believe that how many times clients will call us at the end of the year around tax time and say, oh, Christina, I sold that house, that rental property that my mom left me. I sold that back in October last year with you, and my accountant is asking for the Alta. Can you get me a copy? Well, with the Zone platform, it's really easy. I just jump into my account, go to transactions, look for the property address, pull it up, and say, yeah, I can have it to you in 30 seconds. What customer service that is. Because again, we want our clients to rely on us, not just during the transaction, not just on the closing date, but for years to come. So this makes it really, really easy. Side note, which is not part of this training, that if you ever want to do any type of additional follow-up with your past clients, something that I used to do is at the end of the year. So you would go back if you've been booking business with us prior to today, so last year. What I used to do as an agent is I would collect all of my Altas. Now, we didn't have a platform, so I used to have like this binder that I would keep them in. I would keep them like all separated in this binder, but now, we have this, so it makes it much easier. So you just go in, pull all of the Altas, and then I put a cover letter on it that says, hey, I just wanted to say congratulations again on the sale of your property, blah, blah, blah. I know that the art of moving, sometimes paperwork can get lost. I wanted to include a copy of your Alta. Please ensure that you give this to your accountant for your taxes. that are coming this year. Should you need anything else, I'm just a phone call away. Remember, I'm not your agent for the day. I'm your agent for life, blah, 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 blah. So it's a good way to follow up with them and keep your sphere of influence close to you. One thing that we do not do well in this industry is following up with our past leads. So if you want to follow up the following year and give yourself an excuse, that's a good way to do it. And it only costs you the paper and a postage stamp. All right, so SkySlope. What does SkySlope do? SkySlope does documents and checklists, forms and templates, and an e-signature platform. That is what SkySlope does. We talked a little bit about SkySlope last week. We're talking a little bit more about SkySlope this week. SkySlope is the central hub of everything that we're doing. So if you're going to be doing a listing, you need to go to SkySlope. If you're going to be writing an offer, it starts in SkySlope. If you're going to be listing a rental property, it starts in SkySlope. If you are going to be showing a house and you need a buyer agency contract, it starts in SkySlope. Everything you do, whether you are working in Pennsylvania, Ohio, or both, starts in SkySlope. So it's very important that you master this program. All right, so some SkySlope basics. And if you watch the video, this is going to look familiar to you. If you didn't watch the video, this is going to look foreign, which is why I wanted you to watch the video. Okay, so there's even more that you can do with SkySlope. So when you log into SkySlope, this is relatively what it looks like. If you click that little box with all the little smaller boxes in there, it's going to open up the rest of what SkySlope does. So it's going to open up your forms and templates library, your document storage, checklists, and your e-signature platform. So there is a lot you can do with SkySlope. Now, those of you who have worked at other brokerages before coming here, you also know that there's more than one ways to skin a cat, right? At my last brokerage, we had to go into a platform called Zip Forms. So we went in and we found the Zip Forms and we got all of those filled out and we downloaded them and then we put them into DocuSign and then we had to drag and drop all the signatures and then we sent them out and then they came back and I had to print them. I had to pull them all apart into the documents they needed to go into. And then I had to upload them one by one to SkySlope into our checklists. Here with our SkySlope program, you do not have to do that. It makes it very, very easy, but it is important that you know how SkySlope communicates on your files or you're going to drive yourself nuts. Again, this is about systems that save time, that save energy, that protect your personal time with you and your family. So it is important to learn how SkySlope communicates within the programs within SkySlope and how to do it so that you are not driving yourself crazy. This will save hours of time per file. Hours. I cannot stress that enough. All right. OneSuite. OneSuite stores all your contacts, tracks your conversations, does email drip campaigns to your clients for follow-up, even when you sleep. Sorry, my throat is so scratchy today. It is your website editor hub. It is your open house tool. And you can do your paid marketing right through OneSuite to save you time. So it does a lot of things. And most new people, as they're getting in, they really don't understand how it works. I can tell you that OneSuite will take the most work from you to set up. It will require daily interaction, but this is probably the most profitable tool you can use, period. The most profitable tool you can use. So if you've ever worked retail, and I don't know how many people have, but I think of Joe, who's on the call, because he used to own this huge furniture store out in Grove City. So I'm going to pick on you, Joe. I hope you don't mind. Joe could not be expected to know every piece of furniture that was on the floor of his store. It would be impossible for him to be blindfolded and sat at a desk and say, okay, there's 200 pieces, or I don't know, what was your average inventory, Joe, if you don't mind me asking? How many pieces did you have in your showroom at any given time?
200.
Okay, so I was not too far off. So let's say he has 250 pieces on his floor anytime. For somebody to say, I need you to give me the title and the SKU number for every piece of furniture on your floor right now off the top of your head. Impossible, right? Absolutely impossible. Now, would he be able to rattle off some of those? Probably. Joe's an intelligent guy. He has pretty good memory. He knows his stuff, right? But to just off the top of your head, rattle off 250 pieces of furniture and their corresponding SKU numbers is impossible. Well, think of our clients like that. It's really easy for us to, in the moment, say, okay, who are your clients? Name them off the top of your head. Maybe we'd get through 5, maybe 10 people of like, oh, this is Jan Smith. She's looking in Beaver Falls. She's a first-time home buyer. And then there's Tony Andrews, and he's looking in Elwood City. He's a second-time home buyer, and he wants a house $150,000. And then there's Larry, the investor, who wants yada, yada, yada. But as you grow your business and as you're growing your sphere of influence out, these couple of people are going to turn into hundreds, who are then going to turn into thousands, who are then going to turn into tens of thousands of people, all who deserve your attention. You become their agent. So I can tell you 18 years later, I have over 30,000 contacts in my one suite. Over 30,000. There's no way I'd be able to sit down and name 30,000. I don't even know 30,000 people. They know me. I don't know all of them, right? So you have to start using OneSuite from day one, because it's really hard to go back through your whole business, even if it's only 6 months, and start putting in data of all the people that you met and all the people that you've had conversations with. All right. The best salespeople are the ones who are able to get that call from somebody they don't remember. And you answer the call and she says, hi, it's Jane Smith. Remember, we talked a couple months ago about selling my house, and you were on the app on your phone while talking, or on your computer in your OneSuite saying Jane Smith, and it pops up and you're like, had conversation with her about selling her home. Wasn't the right time. Her son was getting ready to go to college. He's going to, Penn State. He's going to be studying pre-law, blah, 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 blah. And for you to say, oh, Jane, how are you? How's your son? Did he get going over to Penn State? Yeah. Did he enter pre-law like you said he was going to? And she is just going to be blown away by the love and the care and the attention you provided her as a salesperson. I mean, wouldn't that be great? So OneSuite is so important. Use your OneSuite. OneSuite, from contact to relationships, every contact you have is an opportunity. Every person that you meet, every conversation that you have, every lead that comes into your system, even if you're never able to get a hold of them, is an opportunity. And please turn those obstacles of not being able to get a hold of people into true future opportunities that can fuel your business. Every conversation should be tracked. Track your conversations. Do not put faith in the fact that you will remember, because I promise you, you will not. Nobody is that good. So track every conversation, write detailed notes for every person to help them feel special. Follow up builds trust. Follow up builds trust. They need to see you. Remember, the rule of 7 touches is that somebody must interact with you 7 times before they can remember your first name and associate you with real estate. So build up follows trust. Consistency builds conversion. Okay, you must be consistent in your follow-up. It's not enough to talk to them on the phone today and then try to reach out to them a year from now. They're not going to remember who you are, and their need has already been filled by an agent who is using their systems and doing it better. All right, so consistency builds conversions. CRM is about relationships, not about data entry. It's not enough just to get the data in there, although we do have to do it. It's using the CRM system to really build those relationships and make people feel like they are the only person on the planet that you are concerned about. People want to feel important. All right, help them feel important and allow your system to do some of that heavy lifting for you. All right, CRM basics, step for success. Add every contact. You should be adding every interaction that you have. Every new lead that you get through, whether it's our lead system or lead system that you purchase on your own, every new lead should go into your CRM. All of your past clients should be in your CRM and marked appropriately as past clients. If you want to know how to do that and you missed the platform power up, please check out that training. That's going to tell you exactly how to do that. Your sphere of influence, the sphere of influence that you have today should be in your CRM, as well as the people that you add later on should go into your CRM. Remember what I said, you will meet about 5 new people a week, whether you have really great conversations with them or whether you just meet them in passing. These people should be added to your CRM. Tag your contacts properly so that you know who they are. You should be able to pull up into your CRM who's a seller, who's a buyer, who's a renter, who's an investor, who is military, who's looking at new construction, all of those things. They should be tagged properly in your CRM so that you can pull them up with ease. Log notes after all conversations. Do not think your brain will remember. It will not. And ensure that you assign proper follow-up tasks to help you remember what you need to do next. And please let me know that you can hear this. So if I get down here to play it.
I don't hear anything on my end. It might just be me.
Does anybody else hear it?
I did not.
What is going on? Hold on one sec. I know you hear it. All right, I'm going to try to hit it again. Tell me if you can hear it. Can you guys hear that?
Nope.
What the heck is going on? It worked last week and now it's not working again. I need an IT person. I need an IT person is what I need. All right. So basically it is taking you through your contacts and leads. So I'll play a little bit and then I'll tell you what happens. Basically with your contacts, and when you go to contacts and leads and you click your contacts and leads database, that is where all of your contacts are going to appear. If you click home value leads, it opens up the second screen that shows any leads that came through your website for a home evaluation. So on everybody's website, unless you've removed it through the website editor, there is a home valuation tab. This tab is where people can go who search your website to figure out what their home is worth. And it automatically sends them basically a soft RPR report of their home value. Now, to really utilize the home value leads page, what you can do is you can advertise that, like sharing that section of your website on your social media to direct traffic over to your website for sellers who could potentially be looking to sell their home. So you do want to check that home value leads tab in your CRM because you may have leads sitting in there waiting to be contacted. The third tab is tasks. Tasks are functions that you can add in that remind you to do specific things with specific clients. So you can add in there, new for this Michelle Liss, who is at the top of the contact page. And you can put on there call in 7 days. So when you log into your OneSuite onto your dashboard, it's going to show you what tasks are due. And it will tell you, you owe Michelle Liss a call today. So this is going to be especially important when you're talking to clients and you're letting them know like, hey, I'm going to be on vacation until next Tuesday, but I'd really like to start looking at houses on Wednesday. If you can give me a call, you put that task right into your OneSuite, and it's going to remind you to make that call. And if you put in appropriate notes for that contact, you'll be able to see, oh, I needed to give her a call because she's been on vacation. She wants to start her home search on Wednesday, and she specifically asked me to call her. All right. We'll go through here as well. So you can change how you can view your contacts, and they can be in list form or they can be in contact form. That's completely up to you. It just depends on how you want to view those contacts. And right now it's just kind of showing you how to navigate the system. I wish that you could all hear the audio on this. I don't know why you can't. I did exactly the same steps that I did last week and it's still not working. That's okay. So this is telling you how to go ahead and set up your campaign tags. To set those up ahead of time, please go on to Platform Power Up that I've been mentioning, and it's going to take you step by step onto how to set up your campaign tags, and then also how to do drip campaigns through your CRM system. All right, daily CRM habits, your daily CRM routine. Add new contacts daily, check tasks every morning, follow up before noon every day with your CRM, and log notes immediately. Do not rely on your memory to be able to guide you with your clients. 30 minutes a day can completely change your business with your CRM and your systems. We meet an average of 5 new people a week. Add those friends to your CRM. Now, what else can OneSuite do? We talked about how it does website editing and open house and all of those things. What I love about the CRM is that everything with Realty One kind of integrates and talks to one another. So if you update something one place, it updates it usually in all the other places as well. So you can actually customize your website through OneSuite. So your website is completely customizable to you. The only thing you can't customize are the things that are required by the real estate commission. Like you can't remove any of the brokerage logos. You can't remove the, the office address. Those things have to be in there. But the rest of the site is completely customizable to you. And I highly recommend that you guys take advantage of that. Whether you're new to the company or been here for a while, highly suggest you take advantage of it. You can change your headshot. You can change the banner. You can change what information is displayed on your website. You can add pages, take away pages, put on blog page, put a vlog page, put on a testimonial page. So if you want to deep dive into what your website can do, you can do that by going on to our One blog on your agent portal on roguagent.com. You can also find helpful videos on one.u on how you can customize your website. You can do as much or as little with the website as you desire, but your website should be a hub where you're driving traffic. I see a lot of agents like sharing posts about my new listing, and then they share a link from Zillow. And does anybody know what an agent has just done if they've shared a Zillow link on social media?
Handed it to another agent that's a listing agent on Zillow or one that is paid through Zillow.
Yep, just handed it to another agent. You just hand it to another agent. I see agents at competing brokerages that I know do this, and I automatically screenshot it and send them a message. Why are you giving your money to Zillow? I know what it's like because I buy Zillow leads. I bet on agents doing just that so that I can buy their clients, right? That's what's happening. The only links you should be sharing about your properties should come from your website, period. Let me repeat that. The only links you should be sharing to feature your listings should come from your website. Because if you think somebody's going to click on that Zillow link and then randomly find your number on Facebook and call you back, they're not. They're filling out the form on Zillow and you're never going to see that client again. All right. So please stop giving business away. Stop giving business away. All right. That's my rant for today. You can also register guests on OneSuite that automatically go into your OneSuite CRM. So I know that we've all done open houses, and a lot of people come with a pen and a paper, like, please sign in. Stop doing that. Use your OneSuite, pull up the QR codes, and have people QR code to sign in. What's going to happen is it's going to grab their data and it's going to put it right into your OneSuite as a lead from your open house. And it's super easy to use. It's super, super easy. It takes like 2 seconds to set that up. You can also set it up in advance if you don't have internet at a house. So I've had that question a lot. What do we do if there's no internet at the house? Well, everybody has a smartphone, right? So make a hotspot on your smartphone, or pull it up in advance, have it sitting there, and then tell people to use a QR code. Okay. Work smarter, not harder. You can do automatic email campaigns and send text to clients and customers right through your OneSuite. So this is going to go over a little bit on how to edit your OneSuite. You're probably not going to be able to hear it. I don't know why, but here we are. So I will just talk to you about it as they are explaining. There is a ton that you can do. So you are going to navigate to your OneSuite, and then you are going to go down to the menu item on the left-hand side that says My Website, and then go to Website Editor. This is what your website will look like when you join Realty ONE Group. They all look the same. It is just a landing page that gives enough information for the consumers to see. When you want to edit your website, you go to the 3 dots at the top right-hand page, and you can add new pages. You can change your banner page, or you can change the order of your pages. Right there shows you that you can add a blog to your page. You can do this by articles. You can also do a video blog and add that to your page. This is especially important if you're looking to share things on social media that are of real value, or if you're doing educational content, highly suggest a blog. Right here, they're talking about page attributes, where you can put in social media tags, titles, and descriptions. And you can also make your website Google searchable. If you click there, it's going to tell you what is published and what's in draft mode. Understand that if you're updating any of your pages, it must be published for consumers to be able to see it. So that will tell you if you've properly published your page or not. Now she's doing her menu items. This is how you do a menu item. There is a full-scale training that is on our One blog, and you can also watch this video with her verbiage, with her words, on one.u as well. All right, any questions on website? I'm sorry that it's not working so that you can't hear it. Questions, anybody? I promise I'll get this fixed. All right, One Design Creative Studio. I love the One Design Creative Studio. I literally use it every day of my life. In there, you have brokerage approved templates, brand compliant materials, professional design, and it saves a ton of time. So ensure that when you're doing any type of publication, whether it be a flyer, whether it's on social media, it doesn't matter. It must be state compliant, and every state is different. So know your state rules. They are very similar, but they are different. One of the biggest things is that if you are advertising any type of real estate listings, sales, or any real estate in general. So if you're putting something out that you're a real estate agent, it must have the brokerage's logo attached to it. And the brokerage logo must be the same size or bigger than your name. If you are including your cell phone number, you must also include the office number, either the same size as your number or larger and more prominent than your number. And also, when possible, you must include the Fair Housing Opportunity logo or the words Equal Housing Opportunity in the text ads. Now, one of the misconceptions is there's on social media, as long as you can find the broker's information in one click, then it counts. That is a myth. That is a lie. I don't know who started that, but it is a lie. So if you have any type of collateral online, the brokerage must appear. You must tell the public, it's your disclosure duty, that I am a licensed agent and I am brokered through this company. So just watch that. Super common on social media. I see it almost every day inside our brokerage and outside of our brokerage. And if they're going to find somebody, they're not finding me, they are finding you directly, and we do not pay for your fines. So please, just full disclosure, ensure that that's happening. One Design helps you so that you know what you're supposed to be posting. If it is in One Design, it is compliant. Okay. So the One Design Studio also helps with consistency. So consistency is key. I have seen people in the past, not here, but outside, you know, fiddling with different color schemes, different logos, different headshots. Like none of their branding looks the same. One thing I want you to do is really find something that resonates with you and keep doing it. Do it consistently. Okay. It doesn't mean that your branding has to look exactly like ours. I think that each agent's branding should be unique to that agent, yet complement the brokerage, right? So find something that really resonates with you. But when you find it, do it over and over and over again. Okay. You don't want to have an ad that's in blue and gold one day, and then purple and gold the next day, and then red and black the next day, because people are going to get confused and they're not going to know what you're doing. Consistency is key. It builds trust, it protects your brand, it keeps advertising compliant, and it makes you look way professional, like you know exactly what you're doing every time you post. So how do we use our One Design Creative Studio? We can use it to make high impact listing flyers, social media posts, open house materials, business cards, and even email graphics. There's so many things that you can do in there. Like I said, they're adding even more stuff. You can do door hangers now. You can do brochures. There's all kinds of stuff that they have been adding in there. And they've started a video library in there where they have these video templates, and you can actually go in and make those videos yours. So there's not a ton in there yet, but I can see that they've been adding things. So definitely check that out. All right, this is showing you a little bit about One Design, and I know you won't be able to hear it, but that's okay. It's just kind of giving you the overview of what One Design looks like. There's a ton of different templates in here that you can choose from, some for social media, which you're seeing now. But if you look over to the left-hand side, they've got all kinds of stuff like the marketing updates, the Facebook banners, LinkedIn banners, Twitter banners, testimonial posts. There's a ton you can do. And since they've updated it, there's even more stuff in here that you can do that they're even showing. So I just highly suggest that you kind of poke around in OneSuite, start to use it. There are a ton of training videos, including this one on one.u. You can just log in and look at it. You can actually hear it on your computer. And we have them on one blog too. But you should never run out of marketing materials when it comes to One Design. You could spend a year in here and never use everything that it has. Okay. So like I said, from your handouts to your open houses to, you know, brochures to door hanger to everything, you can literally do everything in here. They also have blank templates too. So if you want to like create your own, and you want to do something special, let's say, I'm going to pick on Jamie and Tobias just because they do this a lot. So let's say Jamie and Tobias is having a community event and they wanted to do a flyer just for the community event, but they did not want to use one of the templates that we have. You can go to blank templates, and then you can start your own template and add your own backgrounds. You can add your own like gold swishes in there. You can add your photo. You can add your own text. So it works, like I said, very similar to a Canva product where it's giving you certain templates, but it's not prohibiting you from designing your own too. Okay. Any questions on this system? No? All right. Let's see if it'll let me move forward here. There it goes. All right. Sorry, we've had some technical difficulties on this one. I need to figure out why that's not working. But your non-homework homework. All right. Enter at least one contact into OneSuite. So what I'd like for you to do, if you haven't done so already, add at least one contact into your one suite. This can be anybody's. It can be mom, it can be dad, brother, sister, kids, doesn't matter. Whoever it is, enter that one contact into one suite. I would also like you to create your first social media post using the One Design Creative Studio. Again, if you'd like to watch that full video, you can do that on one.u. You can also go on to the One blog and find additional information step-by-step on how to do that. It's very easy. I promise you that 99% of people that jump in there and just try it for the first time, figure it out. It's super user-friendly. It's really easy to use. And last thing is start personalizing your agent website. Make sure that you have your custom headshot uploaded. I think that all of you do already, but if you don't, we want to get that headshot up there. Select a unique banner image. So select a unique banner image, one that is all your own. Get rid of that blue house because everybody has a blue house. Put your own banner image in there. And then I want you to invite your SOI to check out your website. So how do you do that? You can do that a couple different ways. You can use your one suite to do a social media post and put that on Facebook and ask all of the people that you're connected with to come check out your website. Or you can send out an email to your sphere of influence and say, hey, please check out my website. Let me know what you think. You can also do that via text as well. So you can text those you love and tell them to check out your website and provide feedback. So don't forget that if you want the points for this training, just send me an email. Let me know that you did them. I'll take a look on social media, see if you did the post. And then you get the points to win the prizes at the end of Ultimate Launch 2.0. All right, unmute yourself, ask me questions, give me your comments, or even your feedback on using the Realty ONE foundational systems. What's your thoughts? Anybody? Everybody's quiet.
Well, of course I'll talk.
Okay, great.
So just a little tidbit. I see there are quite a bit of new people. Use your social media to your advantage. I grew tremendously with my social media. Brand yourself, keep it looking fresh and clean, and it will work for you.
Love that. It will. It absolutely will. And most of the functions you do on social media, guess what, guys, are free. They're free. Now, you can pay for leads and stuff on social media, but use what you have. Use what you have. If you're not willing to brag about what a great real estate agent you are, then nobody else is going to brag about you either, right? You have to let people know that you're there
Then
and
your
ready.
friends brag about you too. It's just a huge chain reaction.
It is. It is. Who else? Hey, Tobias, have you tried the video functions on One Design yet? Did you know that they were there?
I actually did do something like that for an open house that I did for April. But yeah, it's definitely something I would want to implement, especially when, like it comes to posting.
Perfect. Excellent. Has anybody that's new, there's a couple new people here, has anybody that's new gone into their systems yet and kind of tested those out and played with them at all?
I have.
Good, good. And are you finding them pretty easy to use, or do you think you need more instruction on how to use them?
I've messed with the Creative Studio quite a bit and created some of my own things. I already switched the website around and posted it all that to social media, including my app, to try to get people to go on there.
Great, great. How are you finding SkySlope to navigate? Because that's usually the hardest.
That is definitely the hardest. I know. When I watched that video, I'm gonna have to watch it again because it was, might as well have been looking at like hieroglyphics because it's all new to me. I've never seen it before, and I don't have anything in there and haven't put anything in there. So it's just, I've watched Darcy do it once, and it's just going to take a little bit of time to master it.
It does. It does. And that's why I kind of I tried to incorporate some of these videos into Ultimate Launch, because I think that SkySlope can be really scary. Once you learn how to use it, it's going to become second nature for you. So don't let it fret. Anybody on this call that is newer, SkySlope will become totally second nature, but it is a lot because all of the documents look foreign, all of the words look foreign, there's abbreviations in there and you don't really know what they are. But the tools are there for you. And a lot of times you can watch the videos over and over and over again just to kind of get your footing. But until you start using it, it is really going to seem like you're on foreign territory. It really will. But I promise you, it will all click. SkySlope is by far the hardest to master. It is. It's a compliance thing. It's not fun, you know, not like One Design or kind of building out your website. You know, salespeople are usually very creative minded. So it's not as fun, but it is the most important one to use. It is by far the most important. So just keep with it. And please, like I said, if you go to one.u, there is a ton of tutorials on SkySlope in there. And you can actually go to skyslope.com and they have tutorials of their own in there as well. And we have quite a few on ROGU Agent in the One blog because we go over SkySlope a ton during the year. So if you're struggling in SkySlope at all, don't be afraid to reach out to your office TC and ask for a one-on-one. When everybody onboards, we have at least 2 one-on-ones, one with me and then one with your TC, just so that you can go through all of the things. But your TC or myself will meet with you as many times as needed to ensure that you are 100% confident in your systems, whether it's SkySlope, whether it's OneSuite, whether it's One Design or ListTrack or any of the other programs we have. We are willing to meet with you as many times as needed until you master that program. So don't be afraid to ask. You're not bothering us. We quite literally get paid to do this. It is part of our job. Just like, you know, servicing buyers and sellers is your job. Making sure we're of service to agents is our job. So don't feel bad about asking. All right. Well, I hope this was valuable for everybody. Next week, we're going over lending, insurance, and title. So we're going to understand the team behind the transaction, what each one of those people do, how to communicate with them, how to talk to people about lending, insurance, and title. So you want to know how to talk to your consumers about that. Understanding what happens behind the scenes that consumers and sometimes agents don't really see. So I think it's important to know what's happening that you don't have your hands on. I think it's important to know the struggles that the team goes through on the back end so that you can work with them and not against them. And we will have a special speaker for next week as well for a Q&A, so you can just ask all of the questions that are burning on your brain as new agents. So. All right. Of course, like always, I will stay on the line in case anybody needs anything after the call that they did not want to ask while everybody was here. But if I do not see you today, have an amazing rest of your day. And I appreciate you all greatly.
You too. Thank you.